Hello and welcome to the newest season of The Three Knobheads with me, Ben.
Me, Sam.
Me, Josh.
And me, Corn.
So we kick off the new season with... Sorry, I thought we'd appointed someone to start talking, but turns out we hadn't. Just saved the show already. It's going to be like this again, is it?
So, a lot's happened over the past year and something that we haven't done in any episodes.
Had sex.
That too. So Josh, you had a little adventure, didn't you?
I do walk to school every day, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Shut up,
that's
you know what
not
I
had in
mean.
mind.
I did, Ben. You could say I went all the way around the world.
If you wanted to be correct.
I
It's not in the entire way around. Near
Well,
enough.
I went to Australia, basically, for six-ish months to experience life in a shithole. And, yeah, it was
Fair enough.
it was interesting.
Australia.
Do you want to elaborate on that, Josh?
Do you want some stories from it?
I would very much like some stories.
Okay. Well, let's just say the people of Australia are rather interesting. They've got certain different social ideas than us. For example, trains, Corn. You're an expert.
Yeah, I do like to think of myself
what kind
as
of
an expert.
things would you think are socially acceptable to do on trains?
Sit on there and just try not to
Fucking expert.
make
you
eye
are, man.
contact. Trying to make awkward eye
And work
contact
that
with
one out.
anyone, for example.
Okay, this is a pretty good example. What would you say about masturbation on trains?
That's a definite no-no.
Definite no. Well, in
Only if
Australia...
you're
Don't
in your
knock
own
it.
private cabin, is it?
Don't knock it till you've tried it.
Well, I've kind of had a bit of first-hand experience of this, because
Not first hand.
I was within eyesight.
Third
Third leg, more like, but still.
Gotta think about what you say. First hand.
But yeah, when I lived in Australia, I went to school. I used to get the train every day.
They have schools in Australia.
They do, Ben. Used to get the train every day, and the one day I was coming home with sitting with a few kids that I knew, and we kind of look across the carriage, and there's this slightly elderly gentleman, to be say, in his late 60s, we'll put it. We've kind of got like a bottle of whiskey empty on the floor by his feet.
This is tradition.
As it is an Australian tradition. His hand is going below his hoodie, vigorously moving up and down as he grabs his penis, I should imagine. Trying to wank off into his hoodie, just staring casually around the cabin. It's pretty damn disgusting.
You are painting a picture for people at home.
Sam, it doesn't help that your arm is moving under the table.
I'm just imagining I'm just imagining him putting the hood back on, not having remembered.
Oh god. But I think the best part about it was there's this guy, you know, there's fucking the PSP Vitas no one bought.
Absolutely.
There's this guy next to him playing FIFA because he didn't have fucking headphones in. We can just hear it across the cabin, and all he can feel is like this arm just knocking into his. It's really tightly compact. He just turns around and sees this guy like fully beaten off into his hoodie. Just stares at this guy. They have like awkward eye contact for 3
I
seconds.
reckon he was playing FIFA online with his mates and doing terrible, and then he used that as an excuse. Like that, you scored because the guy was wanking off next to him.
Classic
You wouldn't
FIFA.
believe it. You wouldn't believe it.
But yeah, so this guy kind of looks over awkwardly, like gets up, just kind of gets off at the next station, pretty damn disgusted. It wasn't really an option for me. I had to get home, fun homework and shit. But yeah, as time goes on, this man starts looking in my direction. We kind of, our eyes connect, if you will, over time, and basically it just ended up me staring at me having a wank.
How long did this go on?
It was about an awkward 8 minutes, I'd put it at. With a full eye contact. The rest of the journey was about another 10 minutes on top of that.
I just painted a horrible picture of some old guy just staring at you.
Yeah.
I hope people are eating their tea while listening to the Three Knobheads.
It's fortunate that they can't see Corn's hand gestures that he's making.
I'm scarred for life, that look on his face. It's like Matthew Kelly.
It's like going back to the train station for me. God, it's like my Vietnam. Just wake up screaming
You don't
about...
know, man. You weren't there.
Josh might be here in body, but in mind, he's still on that train, staring into the eyes of that man as he grabs the shaft of
He
his
wasn't the
penis.
only one to leave some DNA on that train.
I don't actually get that joke.
The guy
It doesn't even make sense, really. It just felt good to say.
All
The
right.
guy kind of coming into
Yeah,
his
I mean,
hoodie.
on a train though, that's got to be
That guy felt
In
pretty
the-
good looking at Josh.
in the top 3 most awkward places to have a wank.
I know.
Wait, hang on, top 3, what are the other 2?
I haven't given this much thought, but off the top of my head, train is that's probably slots in at number 3.
Aeroplane's got to be up there, surely.
I know someone who has done it on an aeroplane,
But not in the toilets, I mean.
Oh, not yeah. Okay then. Yeah.
Yeah, we took it in plain,
On just
plain
a
sight.
seat. Yeah. That's a weird hijacker, isn't it? Do you like that? That's the kind of humour we're going for. But the top awkward most place to have a wank, and this is only because there's someone else involved. You know, at the hairdressers when they put that blanket over you. Just imagine if it'd take balls. I challenge you, listeners. Next time you're getting your haircut, to just, even if you don't actually do it, just let on that you are.
Please take some pictures and send them in. We'd love to see.
We would.
Oh, hell.
Even sculpted models will do
How
anything.
hard would it be for them to concentrate on cutting your hair? Throw in the odd sound effect.
God. Considering like I pretty much have my hair cut by the man who looks like Ross Kemp, it would be awkward. Got sticky, so I got out of there.
Oh,
But yeah, I think that's common in Australia. Considering the same week there was like a news report of CCTV footage of 2 people having sex in a train. It was actually the same week. Like there was a woman like up against the like corner of the carriage, and a guy just like fucking her.
this guy is no worse than that, really. He's just a bit lonelier.
He is. But you know what they say? They're kind of went convicts. They haven't changed. They're still skill.
Yeah, I'm not going to slag off Australia too much while the ashes are slowly slipping away from us. Yeah, we're getting kind of fucked at the minute.
Yeah, it's. I think I don't know. I'm trying not to follow it, I guess, because it's just
Well,
awkward.
I'm not staying up all night fucking listening to Shane Warne, because,
It's a prick.
yeah.
So Josh,
But Ben.
tell us about your other magical adventures in Australia.
Oh, does this involve magical knives? Being threatened to be stabbed by drunken people?
I haven't heard of this.
Have you
No,
not?
I haven't either.
No.
Oh, grief.
Okay. Well, there was because I said in Perth, there's like an outer suburb called Fremantle. There was another nice drunk man. I seemed to get a lot of attention from them. Who decided he didn't like foreigners, and so he was threatening me and this guy was Russian to stab us because we're foreign.
A drunk
Right.
Australian that doesn't like foreigners.
So,
Not many of them are.
wait. So you were some Russian guy.
Yeah.
What were you doing with the Russian guy?
Went to the local arcade because internet's that shit out there. You have to go to arcades to play video games.
Yeah, but why do you need video games? You can go out in your back garden and wrestle a crocodile.
There is that, I guess, but you
So
know.
how did this? Let's picture it. Some drunk, crazy, bearded. I'm guessing he had a beard.
He had a bit of stubble.
Okay, it counts.
Yeah.
So a crazy Australian, stubbled, crazy, drunk man
Yeah.
jumps out with a knife,
Yeah.
threatening you and your Russian friend.
Yeah. He kind of
What-
sounded New Zealand because he lived there for ages.
What happened?
Basically, he just grabbed onto my arm and was like, I'm going to fucking stab you. And I was kind of like, I don't think you want to do that.
Did he stab you?
He didn't stab me. Eventually, like the police sort of started to walk towards us. And he just ran.
It's a pretty lovely story.
It is. That's Australians for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I take it these two stories go into the reason why you came back.
They're part of the reason, you could say. They are. Which story were you thinking of, though, Ben?
I don't know. I was hoping you'd be able to come up with some.
There you go. There's the story.
Traditional three knobheads preparation you are witnessing here.
I think we should always blame our director, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should. It's left us unattended.
It's never
No.
good.
Not a good move.
So
Ben, you've been on some travels as well, and you've got some tales to tell.
yeah,
I make it sound like The Hobbit, but
Well, it all started when you were a
You've
young.
been there and back again.
It all started when you were a young boy, didn't it, Ben? I hear.
no, yes.
Yes, it did.
Oh.
Young boy in public toilets. What could go wrong?
It's been awfully
oh
dark,
God.
the theme of this show so far.
sounds quite bad when you hear it. Some terrible story about a young boy in the public toilets.
Oh, it's not that bad. I think you should elaborate.
Can you elaborate before
listeners?
people just start turning off, going, forget these lads?
Okay. Well, when I was younger, I'd went into public toilets and I was using a urinal for the first time, and I didn't really know what it was. I didn't know what I was meant to do with it. I had no idea.
Did you
I was-
piss in it? I'm
But,
guessing.
I don't like to fucking take the piss out of you, but you know, it's a toilet.
I didn't
There's
know.
other men there pissing.
I wasn't looking at the other men pissing, if I'm honest.
Are they looking at you though? Is that part of the story?
No, no one was looking at me. So, my dad says, "All right, this is like a urinal, or whatever. He's got to pee in it, or
I never
whatever."
had this talk with my dad. To be
No, I don't know. And yeah, I didn't know what one was. Well, no, I can't remember.
Untrained.
I was untrained. I can't remember exactly how it went, but I basically walked up to it and I didn't realise I was meant to pee in it. To me, it just looked like some white ceramic bowl, and there's this blue kind of thing in there, and
Would you like to elaborate what said blue thing was?
and then basically I thought it was a mint. And I pick it up and I go to put it in my mouth, and my dad just smacks it out of my hands and goes, "No!" And that's my first encounter of a urinal cake.
See, that one's almost forgivable because you were so young, Ben.
Oh.
But what
I
about
was very
I
young.
just picture your dad like running across the other side of the
Slow
toilet.
motion.
No.
Diving across the room.
still half pissing as he
Knocking
runs?
pube-covered urinal cake from his young lips.
Okay,
The
you were-
urinal cake didn't go in my mouth.
You were quite young though, so it's acceptable. But what about the second story of yours?
Oh, okay, so I was in America.
When? Can I ask when?
Only a matter of months ago, wasn't it, Ben?
It was over the summer holidays.
And how old are
This
you?
was
Would you like-
since we last did the 3 hobbits.
I'm 17 years of age.
Okay, you're 17. Okay, keep going.
So, yeah, in America, and on like this kind of like road trip, whatever, and I need to go to a toilet, and there's these public toilets, kind of like portaloos, and I go in, and there's kind of like your average kind of portaloo hole in the ground thing in front of you, yeah, and to the left there's a urinal. So I just pee in the normal urinal. No, in the normal toilet thing, yeah. And then I finished, and then I'm looking for some soap or something anywhere, and I couldn't see any, so I left.
The Americans aren't big on their washing.
And then my brother goes to me, "Oh, you did wash your hands, right?" And then I go, "Oh no, I couldn't find any soap." And he'd also go, and he go, "Oh no, there was some soap. Just have a look again." So then I go in, and then I'm looking around, and there's no soap. All I can see is a urinal with urinal cake in it, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, my brother definitely said there was some soap in there, and I'm looking round, and it's literally just the toilet, and then the urinal, and I'm thinking, it just looks like a urinal. Oh, it's actually a sink. They must have different portaloos over here, and that white thing must be a bar of soap. So I pick it up, and I start rubbing it against my hands.
What was the texture like at first?
It was quite rough,
Quite dry and rough.
quite dry and rough.
Did it lather up
It-
particularly
it
well?
didn't,
Ben?
it didn't produce a very good lather.
How long did it take to get it to sort of lather up?
I was rubbing it for a good 5 seconds at least, and then my brother, because I was holding the door open just so I went in to wash my hands. He just looks in and he goes, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm
I
like,
reckon your brother is like an evil genius. He knew exactly what he was doing.
and I'm like, I'm washing my hands. He's like, "Why the fuck are you washing your hands with urinal cake?" And I'm like, "I thought you said there was soap." And he's like, "There is." And I'm like, "Well, I can't see any soap."
That makes it sound like you've looked for soap and thought, fuck it, I'll do it with this.
So he steps into the portaloo, and he looks around and goes, "Oh shit, no, there isn't any soap." And I'm like, "All right."
Oh, he knew that really.
And then I step into the portaloo next, And then right next to the toilet, there's some hand sanitizer and another urinal with a urinal cake.
Is that when it dawned on you?
And that kind of dawned on me that it wasn't that my urinal just didn't have the soap.
What time was this in the day, if I can quickly ask as well?
It's probably about 5 o'clock
In the evening?
in the afternoon.
Yeah, so think how many men would already have pissed on that in the same day.
Well, that's the thing, though, is
I reckon
that the
your
urinal
brother-
cake that I used, see, I looked at it and I thought, if it's got pubes on it, then it's obviously a urinal cake. And then I can't wash my hands with it. And I looked at it and there weren't any pubes, so I thought, no, it is just a bar of soap.
Did it smell minty fresh?
I didn't really put it to my nose, to be honest.
Urea fresh.
But, yeah, and then... Jesus Christ.
You still grimace at the story as well. It's the best part.
Was there a guy outside
But yeah, then I went-
t-shirts?
then I went-
Me and a guy's dick touched the same thing.
So yeah, I covered my hands in about half a container's worth of hand sanitizer, and then didn't touch anything for about 5 hours.
I reckon your brother and your dad are having a bet if they could make you make a dick of yourself in a toilet again.
Apparently it's not hard.
So
No.
there's usually a moral in these Three Knobheads episodes, and there's probably a couple that you could have taken out of today's already about what not to do in toilets or on
Yeah.
trains.
Don't wank on trains. Don't use
Urinal
urinal
biscuit.
kegs as mints or bars of soap.
It's pretty good stuff, I think.
That is words to live by.
Yeah.
So, what we always used to do is a bit of current affairs. Just so if people are listening now, it will make sense. Or if they're listening like on Dave in 5 years' time, they're just not get it at all.
We'll have done good if we'd been put on there.
That's the dream, Dave.
So yeah, Corn, do you want to lead this one? Go on.
Yeah, speaking of getting on Dave, Tom Daly has come out.
Corn cockers, that was fucking brilliant.
Tom Daly has come out as being, was it bisexual or gay? I can't
That just
remember.
means gay.
Isn't bisexual the greedy version of gay?
Basically, he's gay, but he wants to keep the female interest.
Yeah.
So you could probably tell when you wear speedos like that about, couldn't you?
Yeah, I feel sorry for the guys that have to go in front of him and bend over to dive off the board. It will put them off, I swear. He'll get gold next time. Oh man. We can't really go anywhere. Corn's made that joke now, and we can't really...
So much we could say, but we don't want to offend you, dear listeners. In case any of you do tend to be, I don't know what the word, entitled towards those ways, shall we say?
So,
We're not taking the piss, we're just... I can see the time I've gone. It's our obligation as wannabe comedians to try and make jokes about these things. So,
Scotland's independence, eh?
That's a joke in itself.
Yeah, we chose this one. It's a nice controversial topic. What do you all think?
Their money looks like Monopoly money.
but is worth less.
But yeah, I think we're all agreed it's a pretty damn stupid idea. They couldn't survive on their own, considering we pay all their bloody NHS prescriptions and all that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, if any of you are Scottish out there, what you can do, listen to this. But we apologise. But you know, if you want independence, then I guess you
You
can.
can keep Andy Murray. We don't like him.
Oh, I do.
Well, no, we only like him when he wins.
Yeah.
And that was
Once.
So we like him for that day. After that
Yeah.
day, he's
That day he
he's
was
a
all
knobhead
we
again.
loved about
Mr.
Britain, but every other day, send him back to Scotland.
God.
It's nice to say that he's won without mentioning his name. When we just say that he's British. We've had a British winner. Don't even mention his name. It's not even important. Most people don't even know it. Just
Just say it. It's good enough. No, it was good though. I stayed up to watch it and everything.
Give it the
Proper
fuck
good.
back.
It's Ben and Corn having a bitch fight over Ben's wood.
Ben's little bit of wood.
Give it that.
Give it. Bastard.
But yeah, while these two fucking piss about, I suppose Sam and I should probably tell you about our new website and comments box.
As you know, the comments box was a big part of last series with you, Sean Phillips, Connor Durant, Kona Likes Men, Coney. I can't even think of any more, but we want to hear from you people again. So if you've got a computer and time on your hands, give us some good stuff.
Tell us-
Well, you know, because you're on the site, don't you?
Tell us which one you hate most out of all four of us. So we want a feedback.
And we
Stop
will
staring at me,
execute him on the
Josh.
next 3 knobheads.
Come and vote Ben. But yeah, we were thinking, lads. Lads, fuck it.
So yeah, just
Lads and lasses.
welcome back to the 3 knobheads. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you again next week.
And check us out on 3knobheads.webs.com. Goodbye.